Have you ever questioned whether or not you might outlive your money? You know, the money that you've saved for retirement. Well, if you are, you're a part of a vast majority of Americans today that are concerned about the exact same thing that you are. And it is a concern. As a fiduciary, as a financial advisor, this concern is brought to me literally every single day. People from all different walks of life, people from all different careers, people from all different backgrounds and societal sects of society. They're all struggling with the same thinking, the same concern. So I hope to be able to break out for you a couple of reasons, maybe 3 or 4 reasons why I see that people have a very valid concern with regards to running out of money before they run out of life. The number one concern that I see is that people are not saving enough. You know, we participate with an employer plan and, you know, we get that 2% match, we get the 3% match, we get the 4% match, maybe. And so we decide, okay, I'll participate in that employer plan and I'll put just enough money to get the free match, but I won't put any more in. The reality is that you underestimate how much money you may need in retirement. So I'm going to encourage you, if you have a retirement program through your employer, please, for not their sake, not for anyone else's sake, but for your sake, please consider increasing the amount of contribution that you're making to that employer plan. You may think in your mind, well, I'm not going to be able to live without that income. But let me tell you, we are a very adaptive human being. And if you increase the amount of contributions by even 1%, eventually you will get used to functioning with that 1% less income in your life. Number two is debt. I see a tremendous amount of people that are just absolutely famished. They're starved for stuff. They're starved for things. And so they're taking and they're presuming upon the future by investing themselves in a tremendous amount of debt. And debt is different than credit. There's videos that I've done on the difference between credit versus debt. I encourage you to watch it. But debt is presuming upon the future using money that you are not guaranteed and knowing that you're going to have. And the problem with debt is the fact that it always has an interest rate. So as I see individuals getting closer and closer to retirement and they still have a profound amount of debt, what they don't realize is that when you retire and the paycheck stops, that debt is still going to be carried with you into retirement. And you're going to have to need additional income in order to service or to pay for the debt. And the problem with needing more income in retirement to service the debt is the more income that you take, the more taxes you're going to end up paying. And do any of us have any control on the amount of taxes that we're going to pay? And the answer is, well, no, not really, because you see, Congress never sticks to their guns about anything. So just today, because we're enjoying, say, one of the lowest tax rates that we've had in this country for a very long time, doesn't mean that 4 years from now, 5 years from now, 6 years from now, the tax code's not going to change and the taxes go up on us. Number 3 is going to be the lack of education about the things that are going to be able to provide you income in retirement. So for instance, Social Security, it's a system that you paid into all your life. But so many people are very dismissive about Social Security. I've taught on Social Security for, over 20 years. And the reason I do it is not for my health. I do it because income is the thing that's going to make you satisfied. Income is going to be the thing that makes you successful in retirement. Having more income than you need in retirement is the definition of success. And so here's a system that you've paid into all your life. And you've got all your buddies, you've got all your friends, all the coworkers around the water cooler, and they're telling you, well, just go in and turn it on as early as possible. But the reality is there could be some really, really nasty side effects from doing that. Every person's situation is different when it comes to Social Security. And this is the reason that Social Security needs to be very individualized when it comes to the election process. In other words, when you choose to turn it on. If you don't have a fiduciary that you work with, if you do not have a financial advisor who is taking the time to, number one, educate you about Social Security, number two, help you not just pencil it out on a piece of paper, which is likely to be very inaccurate, but actually input some real data into a software system that's going to take into account you, your spouse, all the different investments that you have saved for retirement up until this point, and helps you make the choice or the strategy that you're to select about Social Security in conjunction with everything else that you have, like pensions, like rental income, like what you have saved for retirement, and whether or not it's producing an income stream. Then you need to change advisors. Number four, and this is the biggest. Number four is if you haven't made the conscious decision to notice that you are about to change from the accumulation phase of your life to the distribution stage of your life, where in one moment you're saving, and you're dollar cost averaging, and you're trying to play by the rules. You're trying to do everything that you know or that you've been told that you need to do to save for retirement. And you haven't noticed that you're about to change stages of life to the distribution stage, where now you're going to be really on the distribution stage of your life, where now you're taking from what you've saved and you're using it to supplement your pension, to supplement your Social Security, to supplement your retirement for the rest of your life. And you haven't made that strategic change to align your investment strategies with the new stage that you're about to get into, where you transition from growth type tools to income producing tools, things that are providing a steady consistency of income through interest and dividends, things that are going to give you that ability of having an income that you can rely upon every single month for the rest of your life, so that you don't end up having to sell shares to get income. That's ludicrous. That's taking your own principle and cannibalizing it. Rather, noticing that you're about to make this change and starting to be proactive, making the necessary changes in advance to that stage change is going to be absolutely critical for you. You know, people ask me all the time why I take the time to do videos, why I have a Saturday morning radio show, why I do a webinar, why I teach at colleges, why I do a newsletter. The reason I do it is because I care for people. And I do it because I find that the industry in which I work in, the financial services industry, you know what? They're more than happy to sell you a product. They're more than happy to sell you this widget, this app, this gadget that's going to make you successful in retirement. And that's all fine. We need salesmen in our life, every single one of us. But the reason I do what I do is not only because I love taking care of people, I love being able to share with people what they need for education, which is empowering. But I do it because there's not enough people in this world, not enough financial advisors that are helping educate their clients on what they're going to need in the distribution stage of their life. You see, your focus, your outcome completely changes when you say, that's it, I'm retiring. And guess what that new outcome is going to be for you? That outcome is going to be income. So if you've had this conflict in your mind about whether or not you're going to outlive your money, whether it's possible, then I need you to take action today. I encourage you to act upon that question, that concern, and become proactive. Start reaching out, start asking questions, start educating yourself on what you're going to need to do to give yourself as many possible benefits of income and safety and preservation of principal so that you can have the retirement that you've always dreamed of, the retirement that you've always wanted to have, to do the things that you want to do, to see the things that you want to see, to experience all the things that you know you want to experience before this life of yours is over. So thanks so much for watching. And may I remind you, as I always do each week, that it's up to you to make today a great day.